Hello, Tanya here from MiSlope.com. I'm going to do a quick speed run through on how to use the sleeve expansion pack and how to integrate it with the other MiSlope tools. The same method will apply across all MiSlope tools, but yes, let's get into it really quickly. So as always, we have your custom profiles and then we have the size tables. So I'm just going to pull that up super quickly. We're going to do a Missy Curvy size 6. I'm just going to do a full length sleeve, regular sleeve, and then everything else. So I'm going to add in my seam allowance, and then I'm going to add in my negative ease. And that just leaves our front arm side and our back arm side. And this is how, these are the two measurements that are necessary to connect your tools. So let's go into the open back leotard. Really quickly, we're going to do the same Missy Curvy size 6, but actually you can deviate from the arm measurements. You don't have to use the same size profile across from the sleeve to the, it is recommended, but you can play around with the bicep slightly. Okay, so I have this all filled out. I'm just gonna put 0 for all my seam allowances for now. Just for this demo. So when I hop into, this is my leotard pattern, I'm gonna go into my measurement legend, and then I'm gonna go and find the integration key. And you will see the yellow highlight. And in that yellow highlight, you're gonna find your front arm side length and back arm side length measurements. And this is gonna be the key to create the sleeve that is going to fit with the leotard. So my front arm side length is 24.44. So I'm gonna pop that in, and then I'm gonna grab the back, which is 22.18. And then I'm good to go. And here is my sleeve. This is the arm side. That's the part that's gonna fit into your leotard pattern. And we have the front and back labels to label which part of the sleeve is going to your front piece and back piece. And we have this notch here that indicates where you're gonna connect everything. So this is essentially, this is your arm side, and this is how it connects with the sleeve tool. So we have our back arm side, we have our front arm side. And for example, if you were using another pattern and you wanted to use the MiSlope sleeve expansion pack, you would either measure these arm size in person. So with your paper pattern, you could take a piece of string and you could line it up along the arm side and then just measure that piece of string. Or if you're using a vector drafting software like Adobe Illustrator, you could just click on the curve and then find out the length of that arm side, and then you will just pop it into the front and back arm side. Little bonus feature, I did mention in the video that you could put positive ease. So let's do 4% positive ease. So this is gonna make the sleeve bigger than the fabric. So with stretch fabric, we're making our pattern pieces smaller so they're stretching to fit. But when we're working with wovens, for example, we are going to make our pattern pieces bigger to accommodate, you know, movement, breathing, all of that fun stuff. So if you wanted to get really creative and use the sleeve expansion pack with a woven pattern, absolutely possible. You just need to play around with positive ease and find what works. So I'm just gonna submit my measurements. I'm gonna download, and I'm just gonna make sure. So this adds 4%. It's funny because we're putting a negative, so it's a little confusing. That's gonna add some ease. So if you wanted to pair this with, let's say, the torso block and make a sweatshirt like I'm gonna do with my 10 meters of sweatshirt fabric that's been sitting in my storage locker for 4 years, gathering dust. I'm gonna have to unroll that first layer. You can play around and experiment and see what you can come up with. Or even if you want a sleeve that is just not fitted. But keep in mind, your bicep isn't gonna fit. But It depends. You play around with it, you experiment, you see what works, what doesn't work, and that's, you know, the beauty of pattern drafting is just experimenting and learning and iterating and getting better and better every time. So excited that you are using the sleeve expansion pack. I really cannot wait to see what you create with it. I know that we're going to create some beautiful, beautiful costumes, and we're going to have some very, very happy dancers, performers, movers, shakers, and a little selfish sew. That's it. So, like, comment, subscribe, join the mailing list, check out the pattern library, and I will see you in the next video.